Let me start the recording. We have still 8 more minutes to start. Okay. Is my voice clear, everyone?
Yes, now it
Yes.
is clear.
Okay, good. Thanks for confirming. Uh, if you're already a Revit user, I hope you already heard about what is a Dynamo tool. Okay, and what is this ChatGPT 4.0? Does anyone know what is this ChatGPT 4.0? So we haven't started the webinar yet. I just want to know, like, how many of you um, are aware of this artificial intelligence platform? Like, there is a tool, there is a web application called ChatGPT. I think 100 out of 100 not know us, like 90% of people know what is a ChatGPT. Correct. So how does help a Revit user to automate something in their office tasks? Hmm? So hope everyone knows what is a ChatGPT. If you have any queries, please use the chat box. I'm going to reply them. Okay. So say yes or no. Like, do you heard about this ChatGPT before? Everyone? Hmm? Hmm? Great. Great. Cool. Sure. ChatGPT is a virtual assistant. Virtual assistant. Oh, what do you mean by virtual assistant? So he will do whatever you exactly prompt to say that, right? So whatever you say, he just strictly follow that. Is that called an assistant? Right? Hmm? Okay. Well, I'm expecting still few people. How it's gonna help our Revit user here? Okay. So we have a lot of content to cover. I'm still waiting for. Meanwhile, if you have any questions, you can clear before we start the webinar. Okay. Anyone have any questions? And no freshers here, right? Again, I'm texting no freshers here, right? No freshers here, right? Mm-hmm. ChatGPT is the open AI. What do you mean by open AI? What do you mean by open AI? Anyone knows what is an open AI? Do you have a close AI? Open AI and close AI? There is a meaning for it. So why they have named it as an correct? And why did they name it as an open AI? I hope you heard about like Revit API. Revit API, correct? We heard about this keyword before, like Revit API, like, automation people. A person who knows how to create an add-in in Revit, a person who
ഹലോ
knows. Yeah, hi, we can hear you.
എന്നാ സൗണ്ട് എല്ലാം എന്തോ പോലെ
just muted. Okay. So I don't know the languages, by the way, for your information, even not even Hindi properly. Okay. So open AI in the sense someone have already texted you. Mm-hmm. Perfect. Good. Okay. So open AI in the sense we have two things. So one is ready. I mean, one is ready to access. You can access it up to some extent. For example, you are a developer. So you have developed something and you have made the complete restrictions. So you added different security layers onto it, but not to show in your at least one line of a code. So it's not called open. So it's completely like protected. So what do you mean by open? Like anyone can use your product, okay, to build some other different kind of stuff. So even Revit API is an open API. Okay. So I mean, even because Revit. So the Revit has allowed us to develop something like some sort of an add-ons for that application. So they have provided us some limits. So we are going to handle that beautiful part. If you understand how the Autodesk team have developed a Revit application and how they are exactly allowing us to develop add-ons. Okay. So if you understand all this, okay, that's the magic of automating something. Okay, and in Revit. Okay, so OpenAI in the sense you have a place to see someone's source code. Open in the sense. Okay. No, we have two versions here, like close and I mean like the default and advanced. So the default have some limitations and advanced have doesn't have anything. Okay. Clear. Now generally we have some sort of disturbances. So um, I'm requesting not to unmute your mics at all. Okay, until unless if you have a query to ask, you first use the chat box. Then I'll tell you like when it's gonna be answered. Okay, clear. And one very strict announcement: if you are a fresher, please leave the webinar right now because a person who is supposed to join who is inexperienced, so he may not able to join because this meeting can allow only 150 people at a time. Okay, so okay, I hope you understand. If you are not a Revit user and this is not at all for you, you can't understand anything which which I'm gonna cover in this webinar. Okay, so we have a 4 hours workshop, and this 4 hours you are going to, uh, it's your productive hours as well. Trust me, you will thoroughly enjoy this 4 hours workshop. Today 2 hours and tomorrow 2 hours again. Okay, yeah. So my friend Pratik, is Python C C Sharp .NET used for Revit API? Yes, Pratik. Yes. Okay, but if you generally what happen, you guys are not from the IT engineering background. Most of the people hate coding as well. Okay. In that case, you don't need uh, coding knowledge. You don't need to at least have the coding knowledge. What is the basic stuff? Like what is A equal to 10? What is B equal to something else? Okay. You don't need to have a basic understanding of coding. Still, you can write a beautiful code. Understand? And you can automate your Revit tasks. Okay. So how it's going to help you? I'm going to present it in this 2 days workshop. Clear, guys? Okay. So only one strict, I want you to follow. Please leave if you're a fresher. Again, I'm telling it's your time. It's time is for you. So let someone take this chance. Okay. Because I mean, from our group, there are 725 people. So if they wish to join, um, and it won't happen generally. Okay, clear? And don't leave till the end of the workshop, because trust me, you are going to gain very wonderful knowledge. You can't get this anywhere on YouTube, Google, or somewhere. Okay, sir, your voice is not audible. So I'm saying, is it? Hmm? But can industry, but can industry approve this using ChatGPT for who's stopping you, Pratik? It's your thing. You are paying it and you are using it. Understand? Okay. So there are no such limitations. And in some countries, yes, they don't allow ChatGPT in their or office machines, like in office environments. But you can use it on your mobile. Do you understand? Okay. Cool. So it's 8:34. I think it's time to start. Okay, let the people join. And again, I'm repeating the same instruction, So if you are a fresher, please leave. If you are a fresher, please leave. This is not for you. This workshop is not for a freshers who doesn't know anything about Revit. This is not for you. And we are not going to explain any Revit kind of stuff here. It's purely into the Revit automation. Clear, guys? Okay. Fine. Shall we start then? I need your permission. Shall we start? Not Murtaza. We are not going to share this recording anymore. Okay. So, with your permission, shall I start the workshop? Hmm? Good, good, good. Thank you. Okay. By the way, first let me introduce myself. I'm Kumar, and I'm the director of this company. Okay, so this is an automation company. So there are many automations, but we are purely into the Revit automation. So we will develop the candidates. The candidates, we make this, the first of all, let me explain the three verticals, what we're doing. The first one is we train the candidates and we place the candidates into the companies, okay, like who are trained on Dynamo, who got trained on Revit API, who got trained on Revit add-in creation. And then the third one is we develop the applications, Revit applications. Okay, we build. Uh, it's purely. I mean, we don't teach Revit, we don't teach AutoCAD. No, it's purely an automation company. And I'm having total 14 plus years of experience in this BIM industry and 6 plus years in this BIM automation. Okay, so I hope you are from the Revit background. This 2 days workshop is going to help you like anything, understanding the industry, what is happening now. So why the people become more smart and the companies they are using the advanced ChatGPT 4.0. They are using some advanced applications than ChatGPT. ChatGPT is a source file. It's a just a source. So there are many. I'll show you some. Okay. So how it's going to help a web developer, and what is the pay scale for a BIM developer who is having 2 years of experience, a BIM developer who is having 2 years of experience. Compare these two guys. You are not at all on the track. Okay, so because we send the candidates to the companies, so we know what the pay scale that they are actually. And now the BIM companies started focusing on IT people. They don't need a architect now. They don't need a mechanical guy. They don't need an electrical or PhD guys, whether you believe it or not, because this is a AI era. That's completely a new era. Okay, it's AI era now. Okay, so a person who knows automation, So they are going to get hired with the best packages. So these IT professionals are learning our engineering tools like AutoCAD and Revit, and they are creating AutoCAD list programs using AI. Okay, and they are developing a Dynamo scripts, Revit Dynamo scripts using AI like ChatGPT 4.0 something. Okay, are you clear? So, just a second. Why you guys are saying voice breaking? Will you please close to and sit and close to your routers? Um, because my internet skill it was really good. Um, is everyone facing the same problem? Hope not,
No.
right?
N-
Okay,
No, no, no.
okay. Only few are facing this issue. Okay, so please check your internet speed with this. Okay, so fine. This webinar is especially conducting for the people who are interested to join a training program and they've requested, sir, we need a demo. So before going through your webinar, how can I join? Because I'm paying some X amount and I have very bad experiences. Like on paying online sessions. I know that is the reason I've texted you in the WhatsApp group. I mean, what is the reason why you stop upskilling yourself? So most of the responses are they are into the wrong tutors. So they have poked the wrong tutors. So those who are available to train Revit for 1500 rupees, Revit for 25,000 rupees, the same Revit for 80,000 rupees. So they have very bad experiences. Say they're confused with choosing the right candidates. Understand, right tutors. So trust me, you have to understand one thing. You have to decide a tutor only after looking into his workshops. If no one is offering a free demo, then please stop purchasing a course from him or joining him. Seriously, it's gonna bother you and it's gonna affect as well. Okay. So once you made the payment, you can't even take a back step. You can't get the refund as well. So I understand because I had such experiences when I was learning. Okay, I have spent a lot unnecessarily investing on the wrong, you know, the tutorships. Seriously. Okay. So that is the reason, and trust me, um I'm not working since it's not my it's my own company, so I never lower down my standards for any single reason. It's my own company. Okay, so and hope you go and read our reviews on Google. Just Bimera reviews. You'll come to know what the standards we follow for the training. Okay, so see the people are trying to join now. Okay, so I'm requesting again if you are not from Revit background, please leave. Okay, I understand your curiosity to know what is happening here, but this is not your cup of tea. Seriously. Okay, thanks. Because I'm getting people are trying to log in and it's saying waiting full. I hope you can see the warning as well. Okay, so the meeting is well. Mm, okay, fine. Don't show me again. Okay, so for them, like we have decided, I can't take a one by one, one on one. Like this is what the dynamo is, and at the same time, I don't want to share a recorded video as this is my recorded demo. Please go and watch. If you are interested, come and join a training program. No, this must be interactive and should be one on one. So that is the reason I have called everyone. Okay. So here and I'm taking this demo. And this workshop is going to be happening for 2 days and the same timing 8:30 to 10 p.m. like 1.5 hour a day. and the fees will be disclosed. I mean, if you are interested to join our training program, we have trained almost like 1,000+ candidates so far, and we have placed 400+ candidates. Okay, so we'll provide a digital certificate which helps you to, with not help you, it will help your HRs to find out who is the certified Revit automation professional. Okay, the Dynamo professionals, the Revit API professionals using our certificate. It's a digital certificate, anyways. Okay, so we'll be providing you the ChatGPT 4.0 for your practice. Yes, because this is going to be boom, and with this ChatGPT 4.0, if you can write 10 scripts in 2 hours, you can write 20-30 scripts with the help of ChatGPT in the same 2 hours, because it's gonna help you like a assistant. Uh, I mean, who, who sit next to you, and he'll guide you. Do this, do that, don't do this. Please change it. So we're gonna act as an assistant, an expert, a tutor who is having like 24/7 with you. Okay, so we'll provide you the access for like ChatGPT for some time. Okay, so we have placed like 450 candidates, including the PAM Gulf, the countries. So you can expect. I'll explain all this later. First, let me start the um, webinar. Okay, so this is our the training program. You are going to get the recordings if you miss any session. Okay, and this is 60 hours training program, and it's 30 days. It'll take 30 days to finish, and yeah, that's it. So I have a few questions before we start the workshop. So generally, what the companies prefer to say, time or money? You have only 10 seconds to answer. Time or money? What companies they prefer to save? Time or money? Use the chat box. Use the chat box. Time, money, time, money, time, money. Over. Let me go with the next slide. So what do you managers prefer to save? Time or money? Okay, cool. Let me go with the next slide. What do you prefer to save? Time or money? Okay. First, let me go with what companies prefer to save. Generally, they would like to save time and money both. The time and money both, because they are investing. So all companies would like to grow bigger in less time and with less expenses, with more profits, less investment and with more profits. Okay. Now, generally, so they hire a managers, and our managers always work on for the time. So when if you go for an interview, they'll give you an assignment. So you are a 2 years guy, and you are an interviewer. So they will check how soon you have done the particular the task in 15 minutes. So they'll find the better guy who can do it 14 minutes, who can do it in 10 minutes. Do you understand? They really impress on the time. So it comes with a hands-on experience. That is why we'll call it as the Revit experience or our work experience, whatever. Okay. So time is more valuable when it comes to the company's perspective. And when it comes to us, we generally bother about money, not the time. Because no people would like to finish a task in time. I know it because I have come from that. So if I finish a 4 hours task in 1 hour, I know they're going to give me a new task. But they won't let me sit idle. At the same time, if there are nothing to process, then they'll ask me to leave the company, not for the day. Do you understand? So that happens. That is the reason I've seen many people who are working like late on the same task. They'll do the mistakes, but not knowingly, unknowingly, and there are many fixes. Okay, so this is the way it happens. Okay, we generally focus on money since our salary is credited in like how we spend, and we never go for upskill. We need better salaries, we need more. Okay, not like that. Okay, fine. So once you started being upskill yourself, trust me, an employee who's earning something, so he must have to invest his expenses on for learning at least 100 rupees a month, 1000 rupees a month, 10,000 rupees a month. Upskill yourself. Okay, that really changes your financial stability. Understand? Okay, so now forget about it. It's not a motivational class. There are few rumors running in the industry. Okay, now I want you to clear that. Okay, so if you want to become an BIM automation expert, so which is the right option to go with? Option A, B, or C? You have 15 seconds to answer this. Since we don't have time, C, both C. Mm-hmm. A, good. B. Still, I'm expecting everyone's. Please don't sit idle. This is an interactive, straight away answer this one. But not sure. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Good. Option four. What was that for? Okay, cool. Fine. Let me explain this. Don't do any mistakes, especially in the beginning. Stop listening to a person who doesn't know anything. Seriously, I've seen many people who doesn't know anything, but they talk like superheroes. They understand they're like masters. So our answer is it's a option B because as told you in the beginning, like you don't need any coding experience to become an expert. At least forget about an experience. You don't need to have a knowledge as well. You haven't attended any training sessions. I mean, like any programming sessions, or if you have any bad experiences before when you are in engineering days. Still, forget about it. To start and to become a BIM automation expert, to start your journey, so you don't need to learn Python at all. Seriously. So Python is not our first priority because most of knows like you guys have heard Revit Python, Revit Python, Revit Python. Oh, you decided okay, Revit Python is the first one. So Dynamo. So someone told you that
Sir, where are you from?
sorry, we'll discuss it later. Pers- Persons will discuss
Okay,
later.
okay.
Okay. So Python. So no, not Revit Python, not Revit Dynamo in the next. Why Dynamo first and why Python and why Revit API and why C Sharp? Okay. The reason why the Dynamo is it's not a programming tool, it's a visual programming. There is a difference between programming and visual programming. So programming needs someone have to sit on a coding applications and write the code from the scratch. If it is a 10 line or 20 lines or 100 lines, they have to start it from the scratch. They have to write from the scratch. Understand? Okay. But visual programming, no. Someone have already written a source code. Someone have written 100 lines of code. Someone have written 1,000 lines of a code, which automates the most of the complicated stuff. You can't do it. For example, let me give you an example. You have a 50 floors building. The first example, you have a 50 floors building, and each floor is not a typical. Let's consider Burj Khalifa. They are not typical. Okay. Now you have to place the lighting fixtures or the diffusers, or like heat detectors or smoke detectors or whatever it is. Okay. You have 500 elements in each floor. How long it will take to place the 50 floors? Just give a rough assumption. You have a 15 seconds. Let me repeat the question again. You have a 50 floors building. Let's consider it's a 50 floors building. Okay. And it is not typical. You have 500 elements each in each floor. How long it will take for you to finish the 50 floors building? Come on. You have 50 seconds. 15 seconds or 30 days.
It takes 5 days per floor.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
I'm expecting more answers. No, don't go to the detailed requirement or nothing. It just like simply placement, element placement. Lot of days, 50 into 500, like 2 months. Lots of days, 1 month, 100 days. This month, crazy. 1 week, 2 weeks. Good. So you guys are experts then. J, 12 days. Good. 1 month. Okay. Now let me explain it very clearly. Thanks for your answers. Okay. So now you understand what it is. Now, what if you can automate the entire 50 floors building, the elements placement in 1 hour? In 1 hour, in just 1 hour, and that too, that 1 hour for uh, to create the script. Hmm? Do you want me to show a proof? Let me show you then. If you don't believe, I'll just show you. Why should I? This is not a magic or something. This has proven already. We have done this add-in like long back. Of course, it's not for sale. This is for our internal cat fixtures. Let me show you this. I'll just note here. So in Vimera, we have a tool called cat fixtures. Okay, here we have loaded a CAD file. If you notice that this is a CAD file. So the one which is the CAD file actually. This is the CAD file. This is a CAD file. Okay, let me play this. So you have to select a CAD file, selected the CAD file, and every block has its layer. So I have selected that layer, ceiling heights. I'm sorry, ceiling lights. So when I just run that, so it's saying there are 33 elements were created. Does it? Now you can see that elements were directly hosted on the ceilings. Hosted on the ceilings directly. Got it. So this is the lighting feature. The same processor will be followed. The same processor will be followed even for the diffusers or for like any ceiling mounted elements. At the same time, the wall mounted elements. And you can see the same thing. This is element placement. And what about there is one more? It's called routing. It is like, what do you mean by routing? Cable tray routing, the duct routing, correct? The pipe routing and all this stuff. So we have a solution for that too. We have a solution for that too. Convert DWG into Revit. So this is for architectural. I'll show you, Usman. So the same process again, the doors, windows, and everything. So I'll select, and now they're gone. They're done. Now you can see the lines. Done. Okay, this is converting into the layers. We have CAD layers to Revit elements. Right. So there is a reason behind I'm presenting all this. It's not a um, like a company stunt, which not a promotional or something. I want you to understand what is the, you know, the power of an automation and the base developing all this add-ons is the Dynamo. We have, I mean, when I was very new to the automation, so I have done sort of a scripts and of course struggled a lot to develop all this and finally decided to sell these add-ons to the companies for some. Okay, as it's our business. So now when I cat to MEP, if I do the same thing, like I want the 350, the tolerance, I just pick like 350, 400, 450, 450 ducts. Now when I just click on create, so it's loading, and now the ducts are there. If I hide the CAD, you can see all the elements were placed. Got it. So this is how it is. If we can automate these kind of stuff using like automation, the companies won't hire a person personally. Like, if there isn't a requirement, no, generally the companies will never go and find a guy. And that is the reason now companies like are more smarter than before. So these guys are looking for the the people who can save their hours of work using automation in their projects. If you have developed one, it's going to be used in a number of projects. So they are ready to invest on your knowledge and the companies are paying for your learning. There are many companies. Seriously, there are many companies. They are doing such stuff like WSP, Atkins, AECOM. They have an individual team. And now even mine is very Buddha company. Seriously. Okay. We have only 9 or 10 people strength. Okay. So, but still we are doing this. We are introducing the automation. We are using automation in our projects. Do you understand? Okay. So now I want you to be there, please, Karthi, and someone, please don't unmute your mics unnecessarily. I can't unmute every time, please. Okay. A humble request. Thank you. So the Dynamo, let me come back to again. Okay. So yeah, I'll show you some, Osama. I'll show you some the same. If you have any doubts, I'll send you the link um on the chat box. You have a go and look into it. Okay. So Dynamo, it's a visual programming. Someone have written like mine is a automation company. So I have written some sort of a script and I shared, like for free of cost to you. Do you understand? There is a platform where you can find all someone's scripts. These are open source. So you can download this for free of cost and you can use that in your projects to automate. Do you want me to show how many packages are there like that? Let's just go and the dynamopackages.com. Okay, so dynamopackages.com. There are 2,156. So package is nothing but if the terminology is very new to you, don't get confused. Ask me what is a package, what is another. No problem. I'll reply. So package is in the sense like a folders. So there are total 1,300 developers. Other in the sense developers. This is official others. So on one license, they are developing, they're having team of 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 100 also. But still we can consider only one. Okay. So there are 1,300 developers who are developing something for us to use their resources. How beautiful it is. So there are total 2,156. And of course, we can't use all, only few of them. Okay. Now, let's say filter. I mean, you can find the duplicates. someone have cloned. For example, if I developed one, so you guys have cloned my package and named it as another name, and you're publishing on your own. That's your thing. There are no copyright violations here. Okay. So, I mean, if you eliminate that kind of a duplicates, so finally remove 50% packages. So we have at least 1,000 packages are ready to use, and you can use those on your projects like that. Seriously. Okay. So you don't sit and write a code, a single line of code from the just you, yeah, exactly. Just like using external libraries. Correct location. Okay. So are clear now. So coding is not, and becoming an automation professional is uh, not at all a big task nowadays. It's very, very simple. So visual programming is like understanding the blocks. So instead of a code, we have a nodes here. N-word E node. Okay, not N-word E node, N-word E node. D for Delhi, E for England. Node. N-O, Delhi, England. Okay, node. So node in the sense no code, no code. That is the reason we call it as a nodes. So someone have written. If you double click on that node, for some of the nodes, you can see the code behind it. For some of the nodes, you can't see the code behind it. So they have added some additional layer on the top of it. Simple. Okay. So first you are going to play with the Dynamo nodes, someone's code. That's called visual programming. I hope you're clear now. What is a programming and visual programming? Everyone, guys, are you clear now? Guys, are you clear? Are you clear now? Everyone, I'm asking everyone. So programming and visual programming, if you sit and write your own code, it's a programming tool. If you are using someone's code, because if you are the owner of a building, how does, I mean, if you're the owner, how do I come to know where is your bathroom, where is your restroom, where is your, like both the same, no? Where is your living room and where is your master bedroom? How do you come to know that? Right? But if I read your plan, if I know I've seen your blueprint, then yes, of course, if I'm your architect, then correct. So this is the way the visual programming is. So I am going to teach you the visual programming concepts, not the dynamo. Trust me. And what is the difference, Rajesh? First of all, we are the only one Dynamo Training Institute in India. Go and Google it. You may find some resources here like their LinkedIn Learning, Udemy, and other platforms, but no tutors will teach a Dynamo and Revit API. No, we are the only one, and we are the best. And I promise, not saying overconfidently, very proudly. Okay, so trust me, student satisfaction for every single penny you have invested, it's gonna be worth. Understand? Okay. It's my promise. Okay. So Dynamo, like visual programming, then you are finding for some sort of a blocks. Finding the blocks is the challenge. I told there are some sort of a blocks. Let me show you why to explain. Let me show you directly. Well, oh, I haven't opened the Dynamo yet. Right. We have in the manage tab, in the last, there is a panel called visual programming panel. So even it's not written over there as a programming, there is the panel name is visual programming. So you're not going to write a program directly. You are visualizing something to understand a programming language. Okay. Now, if you are ready to learn something, you don't need to uh, take the pain from because I know there are many people even in the last 2 3 days you have seen the way the group is like growing bigger in just matter of 2 to 3 days, because that's the importance of the dynamo. So whenever I'm announcing that we are going to take a workshop, so 750 people are now who are interested to know about, the curious about uh, the the dynamo automation, the Revit automation, because it's going bigger. Okay, I hope you are already aware of it. Like 4 years, 5 years before, there was no Revit. The companies used to fight for these people. Are if you know how to open a Revit tool, come and join a company. Forget, if you want to learn, come and learn in our company itself. So this is how it used to be like 4 or 5 years before. Okay, I know most of the companies transformed the CAD to BIM. It happened like 4 or 5 years only. Now the trend is into the automation. You have to grab this situation now itself. Otherwise, I mean, again, you will said you will be backward for longer years. Seriously. Okay. Okay. Let me open the Dynamo and I'll show you how it helps you. And what do you mean by all this? Yeah, true, Pratik. If you search for something, you will get a YouTube videos, and they are not in a proper, direction. And people are following the YouTube videos and got confused, and they started realizing by themselves. It's a self-realization. No, Dynamo is very tough. It's a very, very easy tool. But if you know the proper direction, what to start, I mean, way to start and how to start, which is the first step, which is the second step, which is third step. Understand? Okay. So these are the blocks, guys. So these are the packages as I've shown you on the website. These are the packages I have installed. See, out of 2150 or something, I have installed only 50 to 60. Hmm. I just installed like 50 to 60. Why? Rajesh, you told me at least you can use 1000. No, don't do that. Again, there's a problem. If you install the unnecessary packages without knowing what it does, it gonna make an issue. I'm not scaring you. Okay. You have to understand some advanced finding technologies. The terminologies. I'm gonna cover everything during the training. Okay. So these are if I just scroll down until I core daytimes. So this is a block now. I'm not the owner of this block. So who is owner? Archilab. There is a company called Archilab. So he is the owner of this node and bakery beta. Add 1.2 slab shape. So even I am not the owner of this block. Someone, the owner company name is bakery. So someone is the owner of this, not me. But I can use this source code. I can use the source code. I've told you, like when you double click on this, we can see the code behind it. See, there is a Python script. When you double click on this, it will open a Python script. And I haven't written that. Seriously. But if I know how it works, if I know how to use it, if I understand what it does in our Revit projects, you are the master in Dynamo. That's it. See, there is 28 lines of code. This is like 28 lines of code. You don't need to understand all this as well. So there are some sort of hint. When I hover the cursor on this, it's trying to help you with something. It will gonna give you the description and how what to use it. And there are some certain instructions to follow. If you started following it, you will come to know how to access these blocks, the Buddha blocks. These blocks. I mean, if you check how many blocks I have installed, maybe 3,000 or 4,000. To start your learning journey, these are more than enough. Understand? So I'm going to teach you this visual programming. I don't teach you scripts in the training, I mean, in a training program. This is purely like a conceptual training. It's called conceptual training. There is a difference in conceptual training and script training. Script training. If I teach you how to write a script, you will be able to write only that particular script confidently. But if I teach you the concept, you can create hundreds of scripts using that concept. Agree with me or not? Agree with me or not? You agree with me or not? Hmm? Correct? So if you wish to learn The scripts training, don't follow blindly something else. Like, okay, learn the concept, why it is happening, how it is working, what it is expecting. So if you understand all this stuff, no one can stop you writing the code. Seriously, it's really gonna help like anything. If you really want to go with the script running, don't pay anywhere else. You have a wonderful, you have thousands of videos on YouTube itself. Go and watch those. Understand? So that's not a right approach to learn something. It's not a tool to learn, I mean, to get some sort of an hands-on. This is a sort of language, a programming language. Indirectly, it is a programming language. Of course, you don't write something, but indirectly, it is a programming language because someone have written code. So you have to understand without writing a code. Can't you spend 1 minute or 2 minutes to understand a code, to understand a node? Yes, you can. Leave it to me. I'll make you expert in no time to understand any block. If you have 3,000 blocks here, you are going to handle all the 3,000 blocks in no time. Seriously. Okay, fine. Then what is the other thing, Rajesh? Let me go with the PPT. Okay, let me present it. If you can't find something in Dynamo, then you have to write something in Python. So then there is no other option. You've been trying from like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes. You wasted 1 hour to find one simple block. You can't find it. Besides, you don't have such blocks directly. For an example, Rajesh gave me an example like 50 floors building, and if you find it elements in a floor. So in one single click, it has to place all the 500 into 50, like 25,000 elements in one single click. You are looking for that node. You can't find. So you will find a source code in a blocks. In a blocks. I'll show you some sort of an example on today and tomorrow's workshop. Okay. Today is a something sort of an informative, and tomorrow is going to be like more into the experimental. Okay, of course, the experimental will be started from today itself, but more experimental we're going to see tomorrow. Okay, so the Dynamo, it's a visual programming, and then after Python. So if you can't find a block, then you have to sit and write in the Python. Then Revit API. So what is Revit API? You are learning a Python, which is not the general Python, where the the training institutes offer. That's Python is different. That is web Python. We are playing with an application Python. We called it as a Iron Python. Iron Python. Okay. So Iron Python and then Revit API. So API in the sense, yeah, Iron Python. So Revit API in the sense application programming interface. I want to play with an application in a programming interface. I want to play with an application in a programming interface. And what is that application? It's a Revit. So Revit API. It's a Revit API. And not only that, every application has a master DLL file, .dll file. So that with that name we'll call it as. If you go and find a Revit API.dll, you will find one. If you delete that Revit API.dll file from your installation folder, you can go and have a coffee and come back. You just inform your IT team, Mr. IT guy. So Revit isn't working in my machine. So what do you want me to do then? So I'm not encouraging you to do this. So I want you to understand there is a powerful DLL file for every application. If you are an Navisworks user, Navis API.dll. If you are a Civil 3D user, Civil 3D API.dll. That's it. Okay. So that's a DLL file. Finally, what is the C sharp? C sharp to develop the add-ins. So why C sharp? Can't I develop add-ins with the Python? No, no, because these questions are keep on asking by the students. And if you're not a student now, you are gaining some knowledge from this workshop. Somebody asked you, please don't guide them wrongly. Please don't guide them wrongly. You should have a strong, knowledge on it. Okay. So Python, you can't develop an add-ins, something. Python is a translator. I'll explain you in the training what is mean by translator. So Revit has developed in a C sharp. So if you want to talk to a Revit application, you have to talk to a C sharp language. That's what. Clear, guys? Okay. So fine. Let's step into this. And do you need any coding language to learn the Dynamo? Actually, no. Seriously, you don't need to know even ABCs of Python or C or any programming language to start a Dynamo. Okay. So how long it will take to become an automation expert? You have 10 seconds. You have 10 seconds. You can choose your own time frame as well, like 1 month or 2 months. Oh, is it? Mm-hmm. Good. Over. So none of this below. Okay. Generally, to become an expert, if you're going with a self-learning, depends upon your like mindset, your interest. If you are a logical person, it depends upon you. Either it's 1 year or 2 years or 5 years. But to become an expert, maximum it will take a month. In 1 month, you can become an expert if you know how to learn properly in a direction. So we will provide the direction. And it's my promise. I have promised before and marked on my promises before. Okay, and with my previous students. Okay. From the fourth day, you will be start writing your own scripts. From the third day, after third day training, you're going to write your own scripts very confidently. Seriously. You understand? Why the 3 days? Why not 4 days? Because there is a concept. It's a heart of the concept, heart of this entire dynamo. So that concept will take like 3 days to explain, 3 days to explain. And after that, you can start writing very confidently. The rest of the fourth day, fifth day, there are different concepts again. The different concepts. So which will help you with the fourth day concept will give an additional, knowledge added to this third 3 days training. And the fifth day, again, to the 4 days training, sixth day. So we don't cover a same topic in different sessions. Every day we have a different sessions. Understand? So if you miss one day, no problem. You can happily join on the next day. And we are going to share the recorded videos. You can access those. Okay, clear. So salary range, you can't even expect this. I mean, I don't want to give a poll. So as of now, the industry, if you're a 3 years or 5 years of Revit experienced candidate, if you switch a company, uh, maybe like 10% hike or 15% hike is more than. But if you switch your BIM modeling into the BIM automation, the hike would be option C. You can get more than up to 75% hike. If that's a company who is actually looking for a guy very eagerly to join this company, then they may go beyond 75% as well. We are the proof of it since we have placed many candidates. For developers, actually, you don't need to be in the office. That depends. But the companies won't allow that. Work from home Jaman has gone. No, don't expect work from home anymore. Okay. Clear? So I have to explain all this, but we don't have time. We have less time. Okay. So why it is easy? I've told you like there are 2 lakh scripts total in 2156. If you consider 100 scripts in each folder, there are 2 lakh scripts are ready to use. But of course, we don't use all the 2 lakh scripts. Mostly 4,000 or 5,000 scripts are more than enough to handle our regular routine automation like the tasks. Okay, clear? So if you're very new to the programming, or if you hate coding, or you already had some sort of a bad experiences with the coding, then you have to start with the Dynamo. Then you have to start with the Dynamo. Okay. Once you are good in, once you are expert as in Dynamo, And if you, you know, like, you can't find something, or else you're not able to create, you got stuck somewhere, then there is no other option. You have to sit and write your own code, and don't look for different programming languages, please. It's Python. Only the Python. For example, in Python, we have 100% concepts. In Python, we have 100%. If there are 100 topics, you no need to be expert in all the 100 topics, because only 20 to 30%, only 20 to 30 topics are more than enough. The rest of the 70%, they are purely related to a web automation, like using pandas, MongoDB or something. We have different. Okay, we have C Python, J Python, F Python. We have different Pythons anyways. So they have different own databases. For us, it's different. Okay, clear. So the Python, the Iron Python will help you exploring next to the Dynamo. Then, if you have a strong experience, if you have enough experience in handling the Python, I mean the Revit Python, then you can come and learn this Revit API. So what it does, there are two different Revit APIs. Revit API with Python, Revit API with the C Sharp. Revit API with Python will help you in the Dynamo. Okay. Again, the same question you're asking, do we need to have knowledge of Python? Not required to learn Dynamo. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking to you from past 15 minutes. No need of having a basic knowledge of Python, C, any language to learn Python. So, I'm sorry, to learn Dynamo. Understand? Okay? Clear? So, what is a Revit API with Python and what is a Revit API with C Sharp? Actually, Revit has developed in C Sharp language. If you can directly talk to an application, if you want to talk to directly a Revit application, you must be a C Sharp user. But C Sharp is very complicated to understand. No, a person can't handle a C Sharp language at all. It's very complicated. Understand? Okay. But it gonna give you the biggest, the salary hike if you if you accept the challenge. And I want to be add-in user. I'm very, you know, I need money very badly. So I would like to start something. Start with Revit API with C Sharp. It's very complicated to understand, but this C Sharp you can learn anywhere, any training institute. Okay. But tell them very clearly, my application is supposed to be this. So can you teach me some examples out of this? So how do I teach, or how do I learn all this? So there will be a difference again. Okay. Clear? So this is a last option for the BIM modelers, because you're not from any coding background. It will take some time for you to. Okay. If you put more efforts, you'll earn more. That's what I can say. Okay. So this is very clumsy. Like most of you people know how to start. If you are an individual, like you don't know how to start the Dynamo training, the Dynamo training. Okay. So what to automate everything. If you are a BIM, like a mechanical modeler, you're just importing the CAD file of the CAD, the deck plan, and you're exactly following the same layout, the same routing system and everything. So why do you have to do it? Can't automation, can't an add into it? Can't add into that? Can't you create a script for that? You just create a script and use it in your projects, and don't tell your company that you have used something like this. Otherwise, they will give that they'll got more orders, and they'll keep on giving you. So if you need this, then you can talk to your company. I'm going to work as a automation specialist for you, and I can finish the 4 hours task in 1 hour. So increase my salary. Show them a proof. Like this is what. Tell them that. Show them. Like um, just assign the same task to a developer, and to me, and to a BIM modeler or a coordinator who's having good amount of experience. You will come to know the 4 hours task, and the way you're done, it's like 1 minute. So only that 1 hour will take to develop the script. once you started developing, it gonna give you a lot. Understand? Okay, it gonna save like your time in every project. Understand? Okay, cool. So what to automate? If you, I mean, placing lighting fixtures, placing this, not only the automation, you can place the tags. Why? We have an option directly to tag that, not that. For example, what is the use case of? Let me show you some practical stuff in which project I'm. Let me show how to use this Dynamo. I think it's 1 hour over, right? 8:30, 9:30. Yes, we have one more hour. Will you stay for one more hour? Can you stay for one more hour, guys? Hmm? Okay, we'll see then. Okay, first let me how to understand the Dynamo interface now. Okay, let me pull the um, let me pull the notes directly. Categories, categories. 10. Okay, we'll try to finish it by 10 then. Categories. So what do you mean by categories? So you are asking Revit, Mr. Revit, I have a category. I have a category. So this is a walls category. So this is a walls category. So I want you to bring all the walls from the model. I want you to bring all the model elements from the model, I mean, the Revit model. Okay. I'll just pick walls here from the list. And I'll ask, can you please get me all the elements? Not here, I'll ask here. We have I'll show you anyways that um, all elements, all elements of category, all elements of category. Now, the first tip for you to understand, the first tip, if you're self-learning, the first step is you have to follow the sequence. What do you mean by sequence? The connecting. If this is a category, you have to connect a category only. If this is showing like it's like a number, the another node should accept the number only. If this is a line, the other end should be line. Here, this side, if it is a point, the other end should be the point. If it is a point and it is a line, you can't connect. If it is a line and if you connected a category, no, it won't work. So the same stuff you have to follow exactly. The category to category. Let me set to automatic. Now it's giving me all 177. There are 177 walls in my model. There are 177 walls in my model. Let me see how many ducts are in there in my model. There are total 724 ducts in my model. In my model, I have total 724 ducts. Now, I want to check the airflow of all the ducts. What is that? Let me play with something. Let me enable all. I'm an electrical guy. Okay. Now I'm using some flow. Like flow 755.12. It's a flow, right? So let me get the flow. Now I have to ask Dynamo. I have an element. I have an element. Can you please get the parameter value by a parameter name? So I'm going to connect you the elements and I will connect you the parameter name. I'll connect you the parameter name. So the parameter name is flow. When I connect you the parameter name, can you please get me list of, see, it's the flow now. When I select this duct, the flow is 350. For this duct, it is like 350. So I have some. So I would like to know where there is a zero, where there is a zero, where there is a zero. Okay, I want to know, I want to pick where there is a zero. Do you understand? I want to see that in my model elements. I want to see this model elements in my Revit model. How to do that? So there are some sort of an operations. So this process is called element selection. How to get the elements? Okay. This process is called extracting the data. Different terminologies. Extracting data. Understand? And further, I am going to use some sort of an operators equal to where there is a zero. So I'm going to connect you the list of numbers, and will you please cross check if it is equal to zero, then please let me know. Please get me all the, see wherever there is a 101, it's a true. 102, it's a true. So I want to play with all these elements. So I want to play with the true elements. Okay. Don't get confused. I'm just showing you how faster it is. Don't try to understand that the logic behind this. Okay, if you're very new to it, I'll just pick the elements to it. Okay, now in the in list, I'm having the ducks. I'm having total. Let me show you. See, there are total 294 ducks. Don't have a flow. So now I have to assign, or else I have to inform the BIM modeler, like the HVAC modeler, Mr. So and so, why there is no flow rate in this? Can you please check? Or if I can like report to my coordinator, can you please check this? So you are a modeler and you are acting like better person than a coordinator. You can easily analyze an entire Revit model. Even this is also part of the automation. Okay. So you can do the documentation, you can do the coordination, you can do the modeling. I'll show you how to do the modeling. So tomorrow's workshop is completely with a examples. Okay. Yeah. Now we have the elements. Let me see. Let me show you. I will change those colors. Element what color override color in view. I have an elements. Can you please color them in red? Color dot red so that I can see the red colored elements. Okay. Now let me run the script. See now you got this. So now I have a clear ducts which is showing all these are like airflow. This is where there is no. Let me check. So there is no airflow. It's a zero. Why it is? For this. No, it's a zero. For this. It's a zero again. No, why? I can directly report to this. Not only, for example, there are some sort of lighting fixtures. Generally what happens, this is one example. Let me phrase that here. Okay. So now there are some sort of, there are lighting fixtures or diffusers I've placed. I know, I have exactly placed to the ceilings, but these architects are there. No, they will not let us even inform if there are any changes happening in the ceiling or somewhere. They just keep on changing the ceilings, and they'll move the walls, and they don't even inform, you know, our people. Correct, our MEP guys. So now what happened if I have what are the elements that I have placed? Now they are floating on air now. So how do I find so we thought like we have fixed everything. We fixed all the RCP coordination is done, but in the client's meeting we are going to cut. We're going to catch there like so it happened with me many times. It happened uh many times with you as well. I hope. Okay. So in that case, how do we find all those stuff? Not only whatever you can whatever you do, a general modeling, you can automate every single stuff using the Dynamo. For example, I don't have a worksets for now about the documentation part. I don't have a worksets. I don't have a worksets. Now I would like to create a worksets. I have a, Excel document. So from that Excel, my management has asked me to create thousands of parameters or like thousands of sheets. Okay, thousands of work sets, thousands of view templates, hundreds of view templates. So they're asking me to create all, and it is a manual today, it's a manual process, and you have to do it. If you're the only one who is handling, if you're a coordinator, you are the only one who is doing all this. If there is a mistake happen, again, you have to change it everywhere. Okay. Now let me create hundreds of work sets in couple of seconds. Let's see, for example, I'll get all the categories, get all categories, categories, get all. So I have, I'll just check. See, some of the nodes are not working actually. Categories list or Revit categories. I'll use a watch node here. Okay, fine. We have a part tags 100. We have a 379 look, categories are there. Okay, like model groups, like fire protection, data exchanges, bold tags. Of course, we don't use all those. We can filter it. How, that we'll see later. Let me create. But our company standard to add a naming convention before that, like a prefix. For me, it is era, BIM era, right? I just want to add B hyphen to the every text. Now see, B underscore. I'll follow B underscore. Now B part tags, B alignment station labels and everything. Now, or else I pull this information from an Excel worksheet. So workset dot create, workset dot create. When I connect this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just 5 seconds. Within 5 seconds, I can see all my worksets created. Got it? Got it? How cool it is? And how long it has taken for me to create the script? Not even a minute. In a minute, we have created like thousands of worksets, right? Like what else we can do with this Dynamo? Let me show you. Control F. So this is our, we made our students, joining more easy. So this is a Bimera find your node. You can write, create. So when you type create, these all the stuff you can create without any, these are coming from different packages anyways. Okay, so you can create areas, you can create by rooms, you can create in different areas by rooms, you can create a different levels. So you can create a number of levels. You just have to mention what is the elevation, what is the height and name of it. It will create. It gonna create a number of sheets in couple of seconds. It gonna create a number of floors. If you has a 50 floors building, it gonna give you. So what is the curve list? What do you mean by curve list? So my first floor is like this. The second floor, this is the one. And third floor, this is the layout. That's the fourth one. This is the layout. And fifth one, like a Burj Khalifa, let's consider. So every floor, let's keep on changing. So if I connect these curves list to this, then I'll decide, okay, is that a 150 floor type? So what is it? And at which level? So I want this in our level 1. I want this in level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5. Then, so what is offset? You have to enter all this. And this is very simple to understand, how to remember all this. I have a very beautiful like training for this, and it's like a spoon feeding. There is no other words I can say than the spoon feeding. It's like very, very well detailed. If you're not happy with the first example, I'll give you the second one. Not a second example. I'll give you the third one. Still not happy. Fourth example. Array, 2 hours session is over. Still 2.5 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. I'll let you sit late night and then keep on giving you the examples to understand. So that is the only flexibility with that is the reason we've grown bigger in past 3 4 years. Now we are on top in teaching the BIM automation like very friendly, and I treat my students like my brothers and will encourage them like anything. In every session, there is a motivation session as well. Understand? Okay. Because I know what industry needs and where you are, how behind you are in the compared to the current industry. Okay. So spaces, you can create a number of viewports. You can create a number of viewports. In a sheet, you have 3 views, and you have to connect a sheet and you connect the points to it, then it gonna place a number of views, I mean. Okay, so you can create a 3D view. You can create a 3D view for every single clash. You can create a 3D view. If there is a clash in the floor plan layout, yes, you can create a scope box out of it, and you can share your manager, or you can share your coordinator. Mr. Coordinator, I'm a 2 years experienced modeler, but still I have some stuff for you. So analyze this. Still there are mistakes on from PHE background for the PHE. So there are a few clashes still not yet resolved, from electrical person. So these are the wall openings required for this is the right places that we need and openings. And you can monitor as well. You can track those. If the wall opening I've created over there, the view gonna be deleted automatically. So you can write these kind of an automation stuff. Okay. So what else you can create an element view. What else you can create? Let me scroll down. There are many create an annotation tag, create a 3D or you select it. You can create a corridors, you can create a duct connector between the two ducts. Okay. You can create a fill patterns. You can create a tags. You can create a view filters. The thousands of nodes. There are not thousands here. You have hundreds of nodes. You can create a drafting views, create elevation by rooms. For every room, it's going to create a elevation. Submit it, place them into the sheets. So how long it will take? How long it will take to take for every room? You have to place a, you know, uh, elevation, and you have to place that into the sheets onto the respective view. How long it will take to create a filters? To create a filter for which filter? So what is the filter setting? And you can do a lot of stuff here. Create paths. Okay, create a project parameter. So if you mention the parameters, generally every company have its own Excel maintaining a bunch of parameter names. So they are using the same parameters. Some of them are like shade parameters, or some of them are like project parameters. They maintain the same parameters for every project. Now, how do you do all this stuff? Okay, so that you can create a schedules, you can create a wall types. So it's very hard to understand initially, because if you are very new to it, like how do you handle? There are three set of. Let me explain. Okay, if you wish to learn Dynamo, there are only three kind of things. Like first, if we don't have something, we have to create it. So once we have created something, or else we already have, you already existed something in our Revit model, how to play with it. Action. Okay, if you already have something and I don't want to create anything and I don't want to perform any actions on the existing objects, query, like enquiry, enquiring. Okay, so we have only these three set of, I mean, if you notice it, there is a zap icon, there is a plus icon. Let me type A, you can see. Say there is a question mark. There is a question mark. So zap icon is this, and plus icon is like a creator, and question mark is like a query. So we have only three stuffs. If you don't have something, you can if you want to create it, or else if you already have something, and you want to play with that action, and if you want to extract some information of it, then this. Okay, very simple. Not only like if I have the category, I mean, like for example, I have a cable trace. Let's say I have a cable tray. I want to place the support here. I want to place a support at 4.5 meter. I want to place a support at 4.5 meter. I want to place a support at 4.5 meter. Now I want to know the complete area of every single cable tray and how many supports generally it required. How many supports it required for one cable tray or for one duct or for one pipe. It's a common thing. But how do we calculate all this? Manually. Manually, right? Can't we do it in one step? And can't we assign somewhere in the same elements itself? Hmm? Can we do that? Yes, you can do that in Dynamo, for example. Okay, so let me go through your questions. Can we change the flow rates of particular ducts in Dynamo upon this? Yeah, you can change it accordingly. Okay, if there is any formula, you can change it. If the length, I mean, if it is a connecting duct, okay, I mean, if it is a connecting duct and width of 600 into 600, so this has to be flow rate. If it is 450 into 450, yes, you can change that. Then, okay, for every element you can change that. Can we check a Revit model if you have a specification to Dynamo? Oh, you can check. Okay, how can we create a topo surface using Dynamo? Okay, these are like tomorrow. Anyways, I don't know how many people of you joining tomorrow because you are on weekend mode. But if you leave, yeah, Abhishek, you can fill. Okay, so if you sacrifice like 2 hours, I like 1.5 hour. So we're gonna leave this today at 10 o'clock because I don't want you to waste your time anymore. Okay, so okay, let me show you an example. Okay, so elements. We have someone we have a ducts. So get parameter value by name. The duct have any length parameter in this? Mm, yes. So 3.5. That is here. 3.5. So I want to get each and every duct length now. So I'm gonna connect you the elements, and at the same time, I want you to connect the length as well. Length as well. Can you please get me the length information? Yes. Oh no, that's cool. For every duct we have a length now. No, I want the total length of all the ducts in my model. That's all. It's total 1437. It's total 1437 meters. Understand? In total, we have used I mean, you can directly tell your procurement team it's total 1437. Okay. Now, how many supports we generally need? Like someone asked me, can I fill the element ID? Yes, why not? So this is an element ID. This is the element ID. I have an element. Can you please get me the ID of it? So I have a node element ID. So I have separated the element IDs now. I want to store this. I have to convert. I'll just create a parameter now. Manage project parameter. I'll just create. Oh, I have already an element ID parameter here. Is it for all the categories? Yeah, element ID. Element. So set parameter by name now. I have an element. I have an element, and I'm going to connect you the elements. And I will tell you what is the parameter name. This is just workshop, so that is the reason I'm not explaining in detail. Don't get confused, but the training is going to be very, very detailed. Okay, so that's going to be element ID. And I want you to set these values in that elements. In these elements, in this parameter, these values have to be set. Okay, they were set now. I can go and check every single duct. So there is an element ID and this is an element ID there. If I pick any element, I can see the element ID of that. Is it clear? Is it clear now? Can we make coordinate free model? Yes, of course, but don't expect 100% free because it's not possible with any add-ins as well. So some manual, you can find some of them like 60 to 70% you can filter, but 30% you have to sit and clear by your own. It won't do the coordination for you. It will let you know where the real problem is. Clear? Okay. So the element IDs. Any other things do you want to know? Price, of course. I'll text you. I mean, just text me on my personal number, my WhatsApp. Or else you can text the admin in the WhatsApp of the group admin. Can we filter 2D elements like annotation or 2D balls, etc.? Yeah, of course you can. Of course you can. Like that is a process. We'll see the examples tomorrow, like 2D elements, how to play with this because it's somehow advanced. Okay, compared to the today's session. Um, can I get a video from starting because it is late? Sure, I'll try. Okay, I'll share it. And what else? Any other things? Okay, fine. How do I come to know how many supports generally it required? For example, this is the length, right? So this is the length. It's like it's a 3.4 meter. It's a 2.7 meter, 0.9 meter, 0.15 meter, 0.13 meter. Now, I would like to write something like, don't get confused. We are going to know, like duct supports. How many duct supports are generally required? Okay. So I'll write a code here. You are going to get this kind of stuff like during the training. We have a design scripting training, which is not a Python, which is not C sharp. This is especially developed for Revit and Dynamo. Okay, so we are going to cover this in the last 3 days of the training to understand. I mean, when who wants to learn Python in next level, so this is going to be the best basement foundation. Understand? Okay. So I can write something here. The user is going to connect length. So I'll ask here output equal to if the length is greater than what is the maximum value? It's 52. It's 52. If the length is bigger than 52, then tell me that it needs 9 supports.
ये आटे जैसा नहीं लग रहा थोड़ा? आटे का तो है। आटे का है?
52 by 4.5. 11. So it needs 11 supports. 11 supports. Okay. Please don't unmute, guys. Okay. Length. It is bigger than, it is like 52 by 0 to, let's take 4.5. 49.5. 10 supports. Okay. 10 supports. So again, I'm going to copy paste the same thing here. Same thing here. If it is 45, tell that 9 supports. 40.5, then it's going to be 8 supports. 36, it's going to be 7 supports. So it means it is telling me like how many supports actually it required. And finally, I can count these and I can tell my team to, you need these many supports. Actually, you can order this many 31 and 27, 5 supports, 22.5, 4 supports. You can change those values like you want. So if it is 8, Hmm, can you hear me now? Is my voice clear? Is my voice clear? Okay, perfect. Thank you. Thank you. So I have written some code here, some written code here that is actually this kind of a code we have in this block, this block, this block, this block, all the blocks. We have some sort of code like this, but we don't see and we don't understand that. We are simply playing with this sort of text. Okay. So now it's a 0. So actually no supports required. And there's a 4. I mean, it's not this one. So it's a 3.44, no supports required. 2 point, not saying that, basic support. I'll say that basic support. Now it's a basic support. For here, the 10th one, it's bigger than 4.5. So as I said, if it's bigger than 4.5, it has to print this one, the 10th one, it's a 1 support. You see that? Now I want to copy this values into every duct again. So let's make it Control C, Control V. So I have an elements. I have these elements, and I know there is a parameter name. It's a marked value, or else I use comments or something. In comments, I want you to set these values. Done. Now, when I select any duct, if the coordinator or if the modeler who is playing with this stuff, they can simply select the elements. He'll simply select the duct. Yo, video driver. Yo, it is asking me to close. It's asking me to close it. In my machine 1 want to continue up to 10. Okay, so when I select the duct now, it will be showing how many supports it actually required there. Is it clear? Guys, are you clear? Are you clear? Everyone? Okay, so this is how today we have very less examples. Today I supposed to take the complete informative session, but I don't want you to feel bored with the complete theoretical explanations. So tomorrow I question went unanswered. Is it? Let me check. Okay, so tomorrow it's completely like with the examples. Okay, it's like complete like an examples. So we'll have more fun tomorrow and no boring theory stuff or nothing, because we're already aware of what is automation and how the dynamo and how it is easy to use. Okay, yeah, of course, Abhishek. Since I've tried many structure people, you can do the same stuff like the other MEP guys and architecture people. Okay, so if anyone interested to join our next training program, please text me in the group so that I will contact you and I'll share you the fee structure and payment structure. Okay, don't waste your time. Okay, please follow all this. You know uh, the trending terminologies, the technologies. Okay, clear? So see you. Even I'm also leaving. Tomorrow, 8:30, we'll join again. Clear? So yeah, someone have a question, Bhuvanesh. Santa Ganesh have a question. While writing scripts in Dynamo, it's difficult to find some notes. Then
Is it
we have
okay?
to write.
Hello.
Yes. Hold on, Bhuvanesh. Santa Ganesh, yes. If you can't find a node, then you have to use Python script. Okay. So can we check our Revit model if the specification through Dynamo is? Where is your question, Bhuvanesh?
Actually, it was way before when you were explaining the nodes. So I just wanted to know whether the custom nodes scripted using Python.
Can't say exactly. Some people used the design scripting. Some people used nodes again in it, the custom nodes. Okay.
Yep.
So and they were written in basically like Dynamo using Dynamo nodes and the design scripting code and the Python code. Okay. So there is
Okay.
another
It's a
way of
blend of all the three.
exactly mixed of three. But there is another node called zero touch nodes. So that zero touch nodes will be written in C#. I'll explain you tomorrow.
Oh,
Okay,
okay,
tomorrow
okay.
will be
No,
more.
the thing is, I just sorry to interrupt. I just
Hmm,
wanted to know, can we get the recordings of this demo session at least, because I won't be able to attend tomorrow, so have some chance
sure,
tomorrow. So
no worries. We will provide. No worries.
okay, so
Okay,
I'll just go through the demo session for tomorrow as well, and then I can see like how to take this up forward.
sure, sure, Bhavanish.
Yeah.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah. See you, everyone. Bye bye. Anyone have any other questions? Anyone have any other questions? I'm
Just a small thing.
yeah,
Are you
Ganesh.
guys sharing this?
Sorry, are we sharing what?
The webinar web link for tomorrow to join the session?
Use the same link for tomorrow as well. Same link.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
Clear?
Yeah,
Good.
sure. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? Anyone? Anyone have any doubts? Any doubt? No?
Hello.
Yeah, Sumit, tell me.
Is we get the certificate for today's webinar?
No, because you haven't learned a complete tool, buddy. You just got some sort of an awareness. So certificate, I mean, for this workshop, not at all worthy, even though you have. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. See you.
Okay.
Okay.
Should I contact the admin for the fee structure and the training structure?
Yes, Bhuvnesh. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for wonderful session. Okay, sure. Join tomorrow. Don't miss. Okay, you'll enjoy it. Okay. Can you share your WhatsApp number? And let me text here 9160567990. I texted you. Okay. Okay, fine. See you tomorrow. See you in tomorrow's session. Bye bye. Good night. నూట 50 మంది జాయిన్ అయిపోయారు బాగైంది ఇంకా చాలా